Kia ora. In this video, we're going to have a look at the analysis section of PAROT Prime. So this is accessed by clicking on the analysis section up here at the top. Down the left-hand side, we've got options for the data we're looking at. Down the right-hand side, we've got options for how we view the data, as well as a reset button, which just resets all of the filters. So the data we're going to be looking at in this video is all made-up data. It's based on general trends that you might expect to see, but it is entirely made up. It is not a real school's data. There are no real students in here. So anything that you see that might look like an actual student really isn't. It's all just completely made up. So on the left-hand side here, we're going to go through the different options that you've got here. So we've got progress descriptors. This takes the PAT and ASTL data and very soon SMART data and displays it all in the same format from the emerging through to exceeding. You've got stay-nines, which is only available for the PAT data. You've got curriculum levels, which is only visible for the ASTL data. And then you've got scale scores, which shows as a box and whisker plot, which is available for both types. So we're going to come back to the progress descriptors to start off with, and we'll reset that all back. And then you can split by various different things. So I could split by year, so I can see how my school has been tracking over time. I could split by gender to see how my females and my males or my other students are doing. I could split by term. This school here does data from term 1 and term 4. I can look at the test, which is going to be broken down into lots and lots of different tests. I can look at the test group, which, and this is just going to be overwhelming, but could be useful later on when we come and do a bit more digging. We can split by the test type, so that's your EASTL, maths, reading, writing, and your comprehension, and your maths and your PAT. We could split by year, which shows our data across time, and we can split by year level, which shows our year 3s to year 8 in this particular data set. So that's our different splits by. Then we've got filters. So we could go, well, how are our males doing over time? So now we're just looking at males. Or we could look at, okay, I just want to look at results from term 1 across time. So how are we doing in those term 1 results across time? You can come and look at a specific test. So you could look at, cool, I want to see how my students have been doing in their PAT comprehension 5 across time. Or you can look at a test group. So it might be, it gives you the year that the test was done in. So I want to look at all of the results from my 2026 year 8 term 1 test group. So there's that. There's also a little toggle underneath this where you can include all of the results from students in that selected test group. So anyone that's done this test, how have they done in the other tests? So we can see the results now back to 2021 for that particular group of students. Then you've also got a filter here for the test type. So it may be that you just want to look at your EASTL mathematics over time, and you want to you've also got a filter here for the year that will let you filter down which year you're looking at. So it may be that you want to just look at 26, 25, and 24. And you've got a year level. So you may want to just look at year 8 students across that time. So this is now just year 8 students in 24, 25, and 26. And we can see we've kind of been trending upwards, which is quite nice there. The other thing you can do is if I get rid of that year 8, if you want to make sure that you've got a consistent cohort across time, if I click consistent cohort, this is going to only show me students who have got results in 24, 25, and 26. This means that you're looking at only the same students across that same time period. You're not looking at lots of different ones. You've got a few different ways you can display the data. You can display it as an offset strip graph like this, an offset bar graph, which shows the relative sizes. You could look at a strip graph, which is the same data, but it's just all stacked. So you can see the overall shifts by seeing how big those bars are on the ends. You can do a bar chart, which allows you to see the comparative sizes. You can do a student's grid. So what this does is it puts each student and each assessment that they've done into a little box. So I can see here that Alexander's done 2 assessments. We've done the ASTL mathematics, and we've got the ASTL mathematics, both from term 1 and term 4 there in 2024. And you can scroll down and you can see all of them. This is probably more useful when you're looking at just a slightly smaller group. So let's say we were just looking at 2026, and instead of splitting by year, we might want to split by test type, and we might want to just look at our year 8 students. So here's just our year 8 students and their different assessments that they've done. So we've got the ASTL mathematics, the EASTL reading, the EASTL writing, the PAT comprehension, and the PAT mathematics. So that gives us a really easy breakdown to see, cool, these are the kids that might need extending. These are the students here that might need a little bit of extra support. And then you can view it just as a table, which just gives you the data as numbers, which can sometimes be useful. All of these graphs, there is a copy graph button that just copies it. You can then paste it into your Word doc or a Google Doc and do whatever you'd like with it. Download PNG downloads the image as a graph. The graph is an image, so you can do what you'd like with it. And download CSV takes it and downloads it as a CSV, so you can go and do some other analysis with it if you'd like. So what are some of the things that I might suggest you might want to look at? So what you could look at, if I reset this now, if I come in, this is looking at all data, I might want to have a look at how my year 8s have done over time. So I could come in here and I could go, just look at my year 8s, split that by year, because I want to look at it over time. And I want to only look at term 1 results because we're only partway through, term 1, and it makes sense to compare apples with apples, term 1s with term 1s. And I could come along here and I want to look at just the test type of EASTL mathematics, so I can see how my year 8s have done each year for the last sort of 8 years or so over time in that consistent format. So I'm looking at that as an offset strip graph at the moment, using the standard emerging, developing, consistent, proficient, and exceeding criteria. We could, however, come and look at this as because we're looking at EASTL, we could come and look at the curriculum levels to see what's happened with our curriculum levels over time. So the green here is the curriculum level 4, so we can see kind of where it's changing into that curriculum level 4 over time has changed a bit, and particularly at the top here, our curriculum level 5 students have bounced around quite a lot more. And we can also view that as a we can come and have a look at the scale scores for those. So we can have a look at it, see where that's going up and down. The blue dot is our median. The middle 50% is going from our lower quartile to our upper quartile, and the bands here go from the lowest student up to the highest student. So we can see there's definitely a bit of fluctuation at the top and bottom ends like you'd expect, because it just takes one student to alter that top or bottom. But we can also see what's happening to our median results through there as well. So the other thing that you might want to look at is, rather than looking at your year 8s over time, you might want to look at your current year 8s and how they've done. So if I come in here and go, right, I just want to look at 2026, 2025, and 2024, and I want to grab the students that were in year 8 this year in term 1, and I want to include all of the results that they've done. So we can see that they've had EASTL mathematic results 3 times. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a consistent cohort. So what we've got here is we've got only students that did all 3 of these tests. How have they done in term 1, 24, 25, and 26? So we're looking at apples with apples. And if I came and had a look, instead of the progress descriptors, if I came and look at the curriculum levels, we can see that there's a really nice, consistent, going up in curriculum levels across time, as you'd expect to see with students as they grow and develop over time. The other thing that can be quite useful is coming in and looking at this test group, the 2026 year 8s. We'll get rid of that EASTL mathematics and we'll look at just the 2026 results. And we're going to split this by test. So now we've got our maths, our reading, and our writing. And rather than viewing as a strip graph, we're going to view it as a student's grid. And I think it's probably slightly nice to look at that as the progress descriptors. So here we can see these are the kids that are going to need a little bit of extra support in maths. These are the ones that need a little bit of extra support in reading. these are the ones that need a little bit of extra support in writing. So that's all there just in one nice screen where you can see exactly which students need extra support and which students are doing really well and might need some extension. So that's a bit of a view of the analysis area of PAROT Prime. But as always, if you've got any questions, drop us a line and we will do what we can to help.